Welcome back to another episode of the Silly Little Girls Club, and my guest today is Keeks Reid, who is the incredible beauty director at Cosmo magazine. She has got a really incredible story, starting off in hair and then learning to code, and now heading up the beauty department at Cosmo and all of the amazing things that she gets to do with that. And she is such an incredible, powerful voice for beauty, for representation, and just listen to the episode. She's so lovely, you're going to love it. Welcome to the Silly Little Girls Club, Key. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, pleasure. I think having you on here and being able to delve a little bit more into your journey and your career is going to be really inspiring, because obviously I know little bits and glimpses of it from where we've done different things together, but let's tell everybody about it.
Okay, let's get into it.
Where do we start? I feel like
No idea.
I don't know, because I feel like my little notes here were
born in. I'm joking.
my notes here are navigated hairdressing, journalism, TV, and representation work. Where did your journey begin?
Oh my goodness. So my journey began at Black Hair magazine back in 2013.
Okay.
So, gosh, that's
12 years,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so 12 years ago. Gosh, yeah. I've actually not said that before. Because I'm always like, oh, for a decade. I'm like, no, we're going into that. So yeah, Black Hair magazine. My parents did not want me to be a journalist. Not that that's a bad quote, but they did not want me to be. It's just there was no example of that in my family.
Okay.
So everyone is works in the NHS or is a vocation.
Okay.
And I was just typical youngest child by far, and was like, no, I love writing. I'm gonna be an editor. And they're like, what? So while they very much encouraged my dreams, they were be serious as well. So obviously back in the day in journalism, you had to do a lot of unpaid in-hand and work experience, and I did a lot of that. I did some of that when I was actually at school. So the first one I did, I was 14 at Sugar magazine.
Driven?
Because I was just I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Which is I do think very weird looking back at it. But so I did that. I did some while I was at uni, because I went to uni in London, so I just worked at the Mirror in between lectures, honestly. And so they saw me doing all this unpaid work, and they're like, well, this can't continue after uni, because I did a very artsy degree. So they said, we'll give you a year to do your Saturday job and do unpaid work, and then you have to do your PGC and be a teacher. And I have so much respect for teachers. My sister-in-law is a deputy head teacher. The amount of work they have to do is insane, and I know that when I don't like something, I'm not good at it, and I'd be the worst teacher in the world, so that can't be a thing. So I graduated uni after I started my job, so I finished uni, immediately started applying for jobs, and got my job at Black Hair in the summer, and had to take a day off to go to my graduation.
Oh, how funny.
Because I was so well, I will not be doing this.
No.
So yeah, it started there, and I was editorial assistant. And actually, talking about my representation work and work within diversity and inclusion, I honestly think, coming from a school that was incredibly diverse, it was literally half white students and half Black and ethnic minority. I never felt othered or anything there. And then going straight into the industry for my first job, working at a place or a magazine that was centered around Black women, gave me this really unique well, we're great. Why would you not want to serve us in beauty? And this real, I think in the media, there's less, at the time of me starting in journalism, there was less than 1% Black journalists in the UK.
Gosh. And that was only 12 years ago.
Yeah. I have no idea what that stat is now, but I remember being oh my gosh, that's crazy. I would never guess that, because I was surrounded by amazing Black women. My editor, Keisha Davis, she is an incredible Black woman. And because I was writing for Black Hair, Black Skin, I just it never even crossed my mind that
obviously it was not.
Yeah, like that. And I think, while I knew when I bought magazines from W.H. Smith's that I wouldn't see a lot of Black representation, I just kind of thought, well, there's some there, because we provide it by Black Hair. And I think that's why I've been able to build this for myself representationally, in consulting and stuff, because I do think I come from it from a lens where it's like, well, this is what we can do, as opposed to like, these are all the things that are wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like a positive rather than a negative.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I started, and I also at the same time was working at Hair magazine, which I'm just like, I did both those magazines and the Hair Awards.
Oh my God.
Because the editor at the time of Hair magazine started after me, so they needed someone to just start it. So I was like, okay, I guess that's me. Yeah, and I had to look after both, like look after it.
That's
At the
wild.
time, I remember a hairdresser shouting at me down the phone, about like the judging process and stuff. And I was like, I'm 21.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm just a baby.
Yeah. Like, stop.
Okay, but I'll take it into consideration. I'll let them know. But what's really funny now, obviously I'm not going to say names, but like those same hairdressers that was so rude to me when I was an assistant, oh my gosh, the way that they are to me now, or the way that they have been to me since I was at Hairdresser's Journal, crazy.
I mean, and what's probably the most fucked up thing is they probably don't even remember.
Oh,
how they were.
absolutely not.
And that's
But I remember
okay.
everything.
I'm the same. I literally,
I don't forget anything, and while I can forgive, I can't forget, and I definitely hold grudges, and I have to actively tell myself, don't do that.
Yeah. But sometimes you're just like, you know what, you were a dick, so
Yeah.
that's it.
And I also feel like, this is obviously just going on to a massive tangent now, but there's a real era in the hair industry where there was like, I'm sure that obviously there still is, but especially when it comes to consumer, because I'm working within trade media, so at Hairdresser's Journal with the BHA salons.
All trade.
Yeah, and I feel like I was so immersed in the hairdressing industry that when I moved to consumer, when I've moved to Cosmo, it really is enlightening to be like, hey, there's so many more hairdressers that we can profile. There's literally thousands of people we could write about and ask for quotes.
Yeah.
But there's like 5
Yeah.
at the moment that just rotate, and everyone goes to those salons.
Yeah.
And that's something that I would hope that I'm trying to change, like via our team, and just highlighting all the amazing hairdressers that are out there.
Highlighting younger voices.
Exactly.
As well. Like, you know, there are the heritage brands that have, you know, they've established an industry and things like that, but that industry then changes and becomes more diverse and wants to be more inclusive.
Exactly.
And so profiling these same names and these same things over and over again, it doesn't give you that broad spectrum of insight, does it? It's literally an echo chamber.
It's an echo chamber, and it's like the same names cropping up over and over, and it means that like trending new innovative things, like while those salons and hairdressers will continue to do amazing things, like if it's the same voice, you're not giving a voice to the people that could create the newest trends, the newest cuts and colors, etc. They won't get a look in, because it's just a conveyor belt of the same things.
Yes, the same stagnation, just like milling around, isn't it? So no, and I think that's the thing, bringing things in fresh and being more like open to things, and like you say, spotlighting new talent and new people, and like, even, dare I say it, from outside of London.
Yeah, crazy.
Like,
It's nuts. But I do like to kind of play devil's advocate. I do think that from a media side of things, sometimes because those people have the best PRs, they give it to us quickly. And we're working just constantly on deadlines, especially for online, that it's like, if there's a ready-made quote or ready-made trend and this PR's pitched it, it's lazy, but it's for a reason. Exactly. So that it's us trying to profile new people and reach out and DM people, like I go into people's DMs and then, you know, don't hear back from them for ages, and it just it's like, I'm trying here.
Check your DMs, guys. Like, there's an opportunity in there. Like, absolutely. And I think that's a really valid point, isn't it? It's like, you do need things quick, and you do, and they need to be good. So
they need to be quick and they need to be good. And I think that's also hard when you don't have a PR or have PR training. But I was speaking, I think it was a makeup artist the other day, and she was like, I really want to be like, I'd love to be in Cosmo. I'm like, there's nothing, I am in charge of what is in Cosmo Beauty. There's nothing stopping you. I just need your email address and for you to send me back quotes. That is as simple as it is. And I think because before it's been shrouded in this like mystery, because it has been such a closed book, that I think maybe people just think, oh, I couldn't do that.
They absolutely can, can't they? And it's like, but it's about breaking down those sort of stereotypes of like that has to be from this PR and this thing. And that again is a bit of a tangent, but there has been in the past and around certain things like certain hierarchies and a few like I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine sort of situations. So it's like let's make it a level playing field, guys. And
I think from a hairdressing point of view, I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but I do think that because it's almost the same as like I've seen, where there used to be maybe no seat at the table, maybe then one seat at the table for a black woman, that person might be scared to let somebody else on because then they might get picked on.
Yeah.
I do think that seems to happen a lot in hairdressing where people don't profile their juniors. And I'm like, but they're gonna pay you back so much. Like the juniors that I have seen come through the ranks at some of the bigger salons that I do really love working with in London, they will constantly talk about how much they've been profiled by their managers and the owners of the salons and stuff. And then conversely, I'll go to another salon and be like, can I have this quote? And they'll say, oh, this person's not available. Okay, but give me a junior.
Yeah.
They're not available. Yeah.
It makes no sense, does it? But I think we just have quite a fresher way of thinking about things than what has gone on. So, I mean, the leap from, that kind of world into beauty journalism and like, more editorial. And like, how did that, like, where, how?
Yeah.
What was the path?
I moved from black hair and hair to, I actually just quit, which is a big thing that I seem to just do. It's scary. I would say I can't do this. I'm over 30 now. I need to actually stop this, like, leaving. But I'd been promoted from editorial assistant to acting editor at 23.
Hey, wow.
Which was really, really intense. And I just said yes, because obviously you do. And I was like, I'll deal with it later. And yeah, that was a real baptism of fire, but it was an incredible experience. I feel very grateful that I got that chance. And I definitely got that chance because it was such a small team. But then obviously when my editor came back, I was like, well, I can't be editorial assistant again.
No.
So I did just leave. I did a bit of online for them for a bit, and then I was like, no, I'll leave. I started learning coding because I was like, I want to future-proof myself.
Yeah.
So I went to a place called Code First Girls, which is an incredible. I want to give them a shout out because
Code First Girls.
yeah. So and coding workshops, but only for women, which I think is nice because I just felt so comfortable immediately, and we're all beginners. We're all like in our 20s at the time, and I learned how to code HTML and JavaScript. Yeah. So I just I used all my savings to do that, and was freelance for a bit, but I really do just say I was unemployed. Like I wasn't actually doing that much work.
Freelance on the CV.
Yeah.
That's it.
Waiting for my next opportunity.
Yeah.
And then Hairdresser's Journal opportunity came out. So that wasn't that much of a leap because Black Hair and Hair magazine were technically like consumer media, but that's very niche.
Okay.
So I feel like because it was so niche to hair, I was able to then pivot into trade hair really easily. And that was an incredible experience. I was there until 2020.
Okay.
And the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I think I was just assessing after especially like everything that happened with I call it Black Square Summer, but to do with like diversity and inclusion and people really talking about that more, especially and in beauty it was really a massive topic. I actually started doing a lot more consultancy around that and a lot more work, like editorial work with consumer brands that realized that their teams were really not diverse.
Right.
So yeah, I quit my job at Hairdresser's Journal. And I actually was freelance. Like I actually made money.
Yeah.
I started doing a lot more content for myself on social media. And I really loved it. And I would probably still be doing that now if this opportunity at Cosmo didn't come about. So that was in 2023. It was an acting cover for the mat leave of the beauty director.
Yeah.
And the editor-in-chief was just like, we'd love for you to consider this. Like, was this something you'd consider? And I was like, absolutely. Like, probably the only job in the world that because I was making a good money for myself freelance, but it was just like the opportunity of a lifetime. And I knew that the beauty director was coming back as well, so it felt a bit like well, it's 10 months.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back to my normal life of doing whatever. Because like the idea, I think because as well, had been in the pandemic and I had lived by myself and I felt very much like independent, in charge of my time and had that autonomy.
Yeah.
The idea of doing a 9 to 5 again was really scary.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
So I was like, well, it's only for 10 months. Like, even if I hate it, 10 months of your life is nothing. So I didn't hate it. I loved it. And I cried so damn. Like bogey cries when they did because at Cosmo,
Kardashian ugly cry.
no,
Like,
so even if you can possibly imagine uglier, like it was terrible. And the editor in chief just done the nicest speech for me, and they do this like acrostic at Cosmo, so they make like a poem out of Cosmopolitan for you, and it's just I had the nicest send off, and I was like, but I don't want to leave. Like,
yeah,
like and then I went back to being freelance for a bit, but the beauty director then fell pregnant again, and then left. Yeah, and then
it was like, Keeks,
yeah,
you're in.
and now I'm here.
Oh,
And
amazing.
honestly, like I have this thing where I feel like things is too good, something bad's gonna happen. It's a real problem that I work through every single week. But it honestly is a dream job. Like it has its, of course, every job has its challenges, but I honestly wouldn't change this job for the world. It's incredible.
Gosh, that's amazing.
And the pivot from the way that we got into this is pivot, right? The pivot from trade to consumer and like full-time consumer is like very different. And I also think the trade from small business, even though I'm sure they technically are a small as opposed to like a media corporation like Hearst is really different as well, personally for me. But I think that it's quite nice because I definitely approach work in a small business startup kind of way. I'm always like, well, why don't you just try it? And then I have to like speak to it.
And then to go through all that red tape to actually make it happen.
But I think I definitely come at things like, well, why not? Like, how can we make this into like a business minded thing? But like, let's think outside the box. Whereas I think that I have noticed like with people that are more corporate, they've been born with that red tape. Yeah, like they're used to the processes.
So they don't really fight it, and like nothing really happens, I guess. Then if it's used to it, but like I think what you do, and we'll get into some of these incentives that you've like brought to this role. Yeah, but like it is that sort of small business, like almost like reactive.
Yeah, and being a freelancer as well. So it's like going from like to Hair and Black Hair, we're a family-owned business publishing house, and Hairdressers Journal also, and then being freelance. Like those are all very small teams, not too many touch points, and just I think therefore more dynamic it can be. And I think I kind of have, like I said, I have that mindset, but I bring that to our little team. It's just me and Leah on the beauty team at Cosmo.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
How funny. Gosh, you do all of that with the two of you.
Two of us, yeah. But we have incredible teams around us, and we've got these like hubbing systems that work very well. But yeah, editorially, it's just me and Leah bashing all the content out.
Oh my goodness.
So I think I bring that to our little team.
Yeah.
So while I can't be like that, I have to be more business minded when it comes to working with like external teams within our little town. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just give it a go. Let's give it a go. But that keeps it exciting and fresh, right? Because like it's when you go to these things, I feel like things can get diluted quite quickly, and things can become like adapted to a certain way of doing things.
Yeah.
But if it's just the two of you, and you can push these things through into the wider team
and make a case. I think it's making a case for things as well. And I think that people don't really, if you don't try, you'll never know.
Yeah.
And I think having such a supportive editor makes it really great as well. And then have a supportive portfolio. Like everyone is supportive around it. It's just maybe that having a fresh person like being new to the role, like they wouldn't have maybe seen it, or if you've done something for loads of years, just you get into a routine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the support is incredible. Like I'm sure they've told me no many days, but like I forget those bits. I forget those things.
Well, do you think it's because like Cosmo just seemed to have quite more of a fun sort of like, I don't know, just a bit more everything voice. Like it just seems a bit more relevant in a way. And I do think that's kind of like why your ideas are more receptive and things.
I think so, and I think that I don't know. Maybe again, I might be speaking out of turn, and I read so much. Like I have an Apple News subscription still, even though I can get loads of magazines for
Yeah.
free. I just love reading, and consuming like women's lifestyle media. I think that out of every one that still exists, Cosmo is the only one that you can say like this is a Cosmo girl, like, or I'm a Cosmo girl.
Yeah.
Or you could like put together a Pinterest board of aesthetic, and it's like that's the Cosmo. I think it's a feeling, and because of that, we want to make sure that like especially within beauty, we are inclusive in all forms of what that Cosmo girl could be.
Yeah.
But also like ages as well. Like we listen to as many different ages as possible, and we have different ages that might buy the print magazine versus might follow us on TikTok, and we really we try to be cognizant of that.
Yeah.
And
Different outlets, different Cosmo girls, right?
different Cosmo girls, but the vibe and the energy is still the same, which is like we don't gatekeep, which is our tagline for a lot in beauty, and that we're there with you. We're not sitting on the front row, and then we're with the celebrities, and we're watching these shows, but we're seeing what's happening. We're going to report back, and we're going to give you all the tea and all the gossip, and we're going to make sure that you're included too. We're not better than you. We're just your big sister. That's the way that we try to embody what the Cosmo girl is.
But I think that definitely comes across like on all forms, and like I love Cosmo, and the more I can do with you guys, the better. Like,
well, you are a contributing hair expert.
Oh, you go. But yeah, I just think it is that you can really resonate with like there's something in that you can resonate with. Like you said, no matter what kind of Cosmo girl you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of segues us on nicely.
Yes.
To building your Cosmo Black Beauty Hub.
Yes.
Like, because that's like.
So that is actually my baby.
Yeah.
I genuinely. Yeah, I feel like I birthed that into the world. So I started working. I started working with Cosmo, gosh, in 2017 or 18, I forget now. But the first piece I pitched it to Vic. He's the beauty director that I replaced.
Yeah.
Who I had just like the best relationship with, and I'd applied for a job at Cosmo. I didn't get it. But I was like, I really still want to write for you.
Yeah.
So even if you let me write for free, which I'm like.
You're like, did I say that?
So scratch it from the record.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd love to see more content for Black women in there, just so that I can still feel basically a part of the content. Because Cosmo has always had some pieces for Black women, like they weren't completely devoid of it, but there definitely was a lack of it. And I was like, I could help with that. I would love to write for you, and these are my ideas. And she came back and she was like, yeah, do you want to write these 2 pieces? So the first piece I wrote was Best Foundations for Black Skin.
Yeah.
Which is still there, and I still keep forgetting to update it.
So you send yourself a reminder now.
Yeah, I actually, when I get back. But it's because I wanted it to stay the same, to have that legacy, to be like, this is the first piece that I wrote. But
products changed.
Yeah, nothing. Everything is like page not found. But yeah, so that was the first piece I wrote, and then since then it became just more and more regular. But while I wrote about other things, I did SEO content for them, beauty lab videos. I would always, every now and again, write a piece that was specifically for Black women. And so by the time last year rolled around, and Claire, the editor-in-chief, was talking about like what are big focal points we're going to be, she was like, I think there's so much content for Black women, and this is where like I continue to give Claire praise, because I think so many people in media would see something like 2020 as a moment and make sure that okay, diversity inclusion, we need to tick that box. Okay, let's bring some people in, consult. Have we got something on site? Yep, good. And that's done.
And then that's it. But it's actually no, you need to.
This is now 2023.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, like there's so much content there, but there's nowhere for it to sit.
Yeah.
So it's hard to search, and it's just hard to search. Just like there's so much stuff that goes up every single day. So she was like, why don't we make a collection? And I was like, okay. And then she's like, well, if we're going to make a collection, why don't we make something of it? Like, if we're going to do that, what would that look like? And we brainstormed about it, and then that's how the Black Beauty Hub came about. We worked with like incredible talent and brands like Dyson, and the industry has been so supportive. We were nominated for a PPA award. You didn't win though.
Well, if it's a nomination, we'll take.
Yeah,
like your name's up there with amazing like people doing amazing things, right? And that's That's the recognition.
Yeah, and it's I call it our no gatekeeping zone, because it's the Black beauty on the internet is born from community, and people asking for recommendations on YouTube and Reddit and those kinds of sites, and we say that this is where you can come for those, but with like expert led opinion. So yeah, it's been really great, and then we continue to keep it ticking along.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have a campaign launching at some point within the next 6 months.
Ooh,
Stay tuned.
exciting. And maybe an updated foundation.
Yes.
Report on there.
Add it to my Trello board as we speak.
Well, yeah, no, that's it, isn't it? So I think obviously, what do you think that means to like the readers and like the industry as a whole to be able to like, have a place where it all comes together like that?
I think readers, the best thing that I'm ever told is that I bought this because I read X piece that I wrote, or this video, or especially things like the Air wrap. Like, I'm always like, that's 500 quid. Like, that's so scary.
So expensive.
I'm always like, my mum's kind of like, did you like it?
Yeah.
Because they'll just message, like, DM me like, oh, I bought the Air wrap. I'm like,
did you remortgage your house? And like, is it worth it?
Yeah. So whenever I get feedback like that, and they've bought something or they've changed something in their routine, like that's the most fulfilling part.
Yeah.
So I just think that it brings that kind of elevated advice. Not just from myself, but from like hairdressers, like incredible hairdressers we work with, like Dion Smith and Lorraine Dublin, obviously yourself, Tom. Like, we've got a good bunch of people giving sound advice. And I hope it brings more community. Like, that's a plan. Like with Club Cosmo, obviously that's a Cosmo wide initiative, but something like that, there's the offshoot from that can be more community, more events with our team. Like, we've got a really exciting competition that's just gone off on Club Cosmo, where you can come and shop with me and Leah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, at one of the big retailers. I will not say which one. But yeah, I just want to do more stuff like that, so that the Cosmo reader is an extension of us, and it's not us versus them or us above them. We're all in this together, but the only difference is we've got this advice that we can.
Yeah, it's like you're the older sister taking them out for you and doing things exactly that.
Yeah,
because I think that's what for me really sets Cosmo apart from like other well-known publications that are quite hyped at the moment. And that's just that very like very unobtainable, like cool club, and it's like you're watching in, but you're not in it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
we're in it with you.
Yeah,
and we can give you the tea. So we might have that, if you're thinking about, will you have it over someone, like we have the tea, but we're going to tell you the tea.
Yeah, exactly. Let's share it.
We're there with you.
Yeah. Got a teapot situation where everyone's getting the tea, and not just like everyone with their own like ice matches doing their own like photo shoots and whatnot. So no, I completely agree, and I think that's a really good segue into Club Como.
I'd love to go to Lake Como.
Club Como. Yeah, that's it. We're off. I think
so house.
Yeah. that would be the life. Cosmo.
Yeah.
Like, just to help people understand it a little bit more. Like, how is it different from the magazine? This episode is brought to you by our season sponsor, Sephora. And if you haven't been to Sephora yet, where have you been? It's the ultimate beauty playground with 8 stores across the UK and a line of brands that you won't find anywhere else. I'm talking Tower 28, Merit, Glow Recipe, Makeup by Mario, all of the viral faves under one roof. Whether you're into skincare, fragrance, hair care, or full glam moments, Sephora's got you covered. Honestly, it's the dream. Head in store or online to explore the magic.
First of all, it's free. It's free to join. It's a new membership. So subscribe. I think people will get confused between subscriptions and membership. So subscription to our magazine costs money.
Yeah.
But that's if you buy a print subscription that comes to your house, etc. This is a membership proposition. So it does also give you 6 months free of a digital subscription. So if you read Cosmo on your phone or whatever, then you can do it for free. And it's a portal where you get access to giveaways, competitions, events, and it's all for free. And I think that I always think when something is free, it's like, okay, but what is the catch?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna just like clone me or like take my blood
Right,
or
so you're
something?
selling it to someone,
Yeah,
like, no.
it's genuinely free. We get to see how many people are, want interested in our beauty box, or there's a come to the beauty cupboard with us.
Yeah.
Someone just won that competition. Like, we need to do a competition together.
Oh my God, yeah, we
Yeah.
should. Okay, fine. If that's, yeah, sign up, get a competition through, and then yeah, that would be perfect. So, with like creators and consumers and people like in this sort of whole beauty world, like it's like how, because I feel like with Cosmo, by the sounds of it, you can kind of piece that together a little bit with like loads of different things going on.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't really have a question. I'm just like being like,
Do you want to be in a meeting?
yeah, I kind of want to be.
It's really fun. That's what I mean. And like I say something really crazy, and I'm like, let's try it. And then
Yeah.
there's never a no. It's always like, how would that work? I'm like, I'll tell ya.
It just sounds like a really fun place to work. Like no wonder you cried when you thought you don't have to leave. Don't let me go. I want to stay.
I always say I've got so many plans for this place.
I know, but also speaking of plans and things that we have to talk about, because it is absolutely wild, because I didn't even know you was doing this until I turned on the telly.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, Keeks is on this morning?
I
I was like, how did this TV broadcasting part come in?
This is crazy because I genuinely just got a DM from the producer.
Yeah.
And I was about to say no, but I don't know if she wants to. She wants to be out there.
Inundated with requests
Yeah,
as well.
But yeah, I got a DM, and I got a DM a few times from her saying like, "Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Yes," each time. And this is when I was freelance,
Yeah.
so I could just say yes all the time. And then because it happened like a few times, I was like, "Oh, it's probably not going to happen."
Yeah.
And then I had a car booked for me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so this must be the rehearsal." And then it wasn't, and I didn't do a screen test. So I was just on the telly. Genuinely, it was honestly that. It was the craziest thing.
Yeah.
I'd never done any to camera stuff before. So my first This Morning Appearance, which was in 2022, I would say. Yeah, I'd never done any telly or anything before.
Oh my goodness.
And it was 7 minutes. I 7 minutes.
That's quite a while.
It's
Like,
so
it's
long.
a while.
I think I had like 9 products as well. So I was like, okay, so it's less than a minute, and then they might talk to me. So I was remember just trying to like piece everything together in my head. But I had, because the products that I'd picked, I knew back to front. I think it was I can't actually remember. I think it was a hair specific segment, but I didn't have a cue card. Yeah, so because I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't need it.
Yeah, you just knew the products.
Bad mistake.
Really?
Because then they were all like, "Wow, you did amazing!" Like the presenter at the time was like, "She did all that without a cue card. You need to get her back." And I was like, and then I was like, "Oh, now I can't ever use a cue card. Brilliant."
Oh, stop! Now you have to learn every product.
I do have cue cards now, but I really do try not to use them. So like that was my thing. Like that's why I came back.
I suppose it depends on what you're featuring, because there'll be some things that you do know, and then others that you do need to be properly done.
That's true. And like specific like ingredients, and prices and stuff. But
because literally I can never remember half the names of the ingredients because they're so wildly long and hard to pronounce.
Exactly. So yeah, so that was my first one, and then I think I've done it very sporadically since then, and then more recently I've been on like more.
I've seen it like a few times on there, and I'm like, go girl, I love this.
Yeah, I love it so much. If I could do it every day, I don't know, but I love. It's like I've got the perfect balance for work, because it's just like it just is also, I don't know, in equilibrium.
Yeah, for sure.
But the funniest thing was the other day I wasn't on until the end of the show, and now it's really long.
Yeah.
It's I think it's half an hour longer, so I wasn't on until like 1:45.
Oh,
but they pick me up at 6:30 in the morning.
No way.
Because I live so far away from the studio.
Yeah, but not 5 hours.
Yes. But because I had a lot of time, I didn't have any they call it like two ways and cutaways. And the two ways, when they say, Keeks, what's coming up next? And I go, oh, this is what's coming up. I had none of those, and I had no cutaways, which is when I'm just like smiling to camera. Yeah, my mum hates that bit. She's always like, you need to just be less like move your shoulders left. And I was like, okay, so what do we do? Just do this.
Yeah, literally like
just stare down the camera. Anyway, so I had none of those. So I actually just took all my meetings from the green room in this morning.
Oh, how funny. Were the people in there?
Yeah.
Like,
I was just like, I have also got work.
Yeah, well, of course. It's
Yeah.
like 5 hours. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I could scroll TikTok for 5
I
minutes.
actually could do. So I'm like, well, this is if I'm going to utilize my time properly, like this would be the best use of time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But my editor in chief was like, "Are you in the green room?" And so I just showed her like everyone. And I was like, "Here are all the models for Lorraine, and here's that guy that's speaking about Anne's later."
Oh my God, that is so brilliant.
Yeah.
I literally love that.
Yeah, it's lovely. The team this morning are so nice as well. Like I can't rave about it enough, and I just can't believe that this is actually my job.
Oh no, they're so fun. I think they must just be so fun as well. Like, because I'm sure it's Alison Hammond that I've seen you there, and this is so bizarre. I mean, I can't even like. She did this really funny interview with somebody, and she pulled out a drink. I can't remember. Oh my God, who was the actors that was on it?
Was it Ryan Reynolds and
Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah,
It was the Ryan Gosling one. And honest to God, for some reason that comes up on my phone all the time, and I'm like, this woman is just incredible.
She is the nicest lady ever. She's honestly just so warm and sweet and welcoming, and just like so, like I know that she's pushing me forward.
Yeah.
Like she's very supportive.
Yeah.
Today. My favorite is her and Beyonce playing Connect Four. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah. And when she's on the world map in the river, and she pushes that boy in.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So
I'm not even playing correct with Beyonce though. I need to look that up.
oh, so Beyonce doesn't do interviews anymore, and I'm like, why not? She seems hilarious.
Well, I mean, I think I did read that she doesn't do interviews because sometimes she just goes a bit rogue in what she's saying, so she's not allowed that. She's kind of been like, we won't do them anymore because that I think is a bit like, no, you can't do that. So
Were they asking about Tottenham and Arsenal?
no.
She doesn't know what he says. She goes, Tottenham versus Arsenal? Because he's going, who do you prefer, Tottenham versus Arsenal? She went, what? Tottenham versus Arsenal? It's so funny. Because she does not, she honestly has no idea that those are two separate words. Tottenham versus Arsenal, yeah.
She's probably just like,
I think in her concert, because it's at Tottenham Stadium, she should have put that up.
oh my God, absolutely.
That would have shown her personality.
Yeah, but then I don't think, I don't know if that's the brand. Because do you remember when, I don't know if you remember, there was a load of, we've gone a bit off topic, but it's kind of interesting. Because do you remember when Beyonce, all these photos went around of her face when she was like dancing, and it was all like, and it was like, she looked like demonic. And it was,
that's not going to get rid of the claim.
Well, now she gets all these photo approvals for everything, apparently. That is what I read, because like it was really bad, the faces. Like, I was like, okay, let's just never see those again.
Her last concert, her youngest daughter was doing this sign.
Oh. Okay.
Which is obviously the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And there's a thing of her just like trying to put her hands up. And then loads of TikToks were made like, Beyonce's trying to fight the clay. It was like, she's worried the kids are going to care.
That's it, they're going to make it closer.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh my God, it's quite cute that she brings them out, but I'm just like, God, could you imagine the pressure?
Yeah, so much pressure. It's brave.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Ivy's like, thank God she's learned to dance now.
Yeah.
Like, because that was not giving it at the beginning.
She's had a lot of training. She's not gone to school, is she?
Oh, she's just to dance school.
Yeah.
Pineapple Dance Studios with Louis, what's his name? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But I loved him.
Oh my gosh, I was telling someone the other day, this is so off topic.
Yeah.
But I went to being like, I try to do things by myself all the time where I'm just like trying new activities, trying something new.
That's good.
Thank you. One of the things I did do, I was like, I will never do again, was a dance class, because it was, I booked into a class, meant to be for people. No, it was one-on-one, and we were dancing to Stormzy. And
please tell me you've got content.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I also was like, well, I can't leave because it's just me.
How long was this for?
Like 45 minutes dancing to, oh my gosh.
How do you even dance
Vossy Bop? Vossy Bop. And mirrors everywhere. And it became a confidence class as opposed to like actual dancing. It was like, look in the mirror, remember who you are. And I was just like, I can't because I'm going to burst. That's how I wet myself.
Oh my God, I don't think I could have took it seriously. I think I would have been like, I would have faked like an injury.
Yeah.
Just to make it, like, oh my God, that's really dramatic.
You're like,
that's too much.
Yeah, it was too much.
Oh my God, do you still get sent to do like really random things for your job? Like to review different things and have to, because like, like going outside your comfort zone with those kind of things is one thing. When you have to do it for work.
Yeah. I think I don't get sent to do them for like reviews or anything. I guess maybe like some facials are a bit weird, but for the most part, it's more like if we've got in our industry, we have these things called overnight stays.
Oh, right.
And normally they'll pack the itinerary with like different like activity. And I do sometimes come out of my body and think, how do I explain this to my parents? So the other, like, we were doing one with a retailer, and it was like they didn't tell us that it was a proper activity. It was meant to just be, I think, like a moon bath or something like that. But it ended up being like yoga. But we were all sat on these sofas, and I was wearing pretty much what I'm wearing now, like jeans and loafers. And I was looking around, like there's like a group of like 15 beauty directors like stretching to the moon. And I was just a bit like, what is this? Like, what is our job?
Yeah.
Like, what is actually happening here? And how is this going to help me in my job?
And whose idea was this? Like,
I do think sometimes it's like, we need to fill this itinerary. Like, what can we get them to do?
Yeah.
I would love to do that as a prank.
Oh, that would be perfect. So, like, you know, like the Anton Decks, like, you know, and they did that sort of thing, but do it as a PR prank. And like,
it would have to be like a group of directors that like know each other really well, and a PR that knows each of them well.
Then you'd have to chuck in a few rogue influencers.
Do you think?
Just because, like, to see how, or maybe not, just to see how they'd react, because I think that would be better.
He's so funny.
Like, it would be.
I also just don't know what people would say no to, because I feel like when you've captured me in a state in the middle of Reading, I'll do anything you say. Like, I can't say no, it's rude. So I'm like, I'll come to your cacao ritual, sure.
Yeah, absolutely fine. I'll do your, you know, that immersive. What was that eating thing that we did the other week? That oh God.
It's like the 17
course meal. What was it called?
Molecular dieting.
What on earth? I went to Five Guys immediately after, and
I ate so many Twiglets when I got home.
Oh my God. I was just like, but even that, like you say, you're in that zone and you're just like, you've got me now.
Yeah.
I will eat this.
I think I had to leave because my car was there.
Yeah.
No, I actually did. My car was there.
Yeah.
But that was after like, what, 4?
4 of the 17 courses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was running behind.
And like, then that's why also I have to like control, because there's so many events. I was saying actually, this is the first week all year I have no after work events.
Oh, I love that for you.
None. There definitely are some, but I've never done this. I need a week where I'm not doing something.
No, that's true.
But yeah, like, there's so many of these. You have to watch, like, if you have a drink, if I have a drink this day, I can't have a drink that day.
Yeah.
That's how I have. Now I try not to drink during the week while I'm at events.
Yeah.
But I'm like, something like that, I would have got drunk because there was not food.
I was drunk. I had like, at one point, I think I had 2 glasses of wine. And I was like,
one wasabi pea.
Yeah, it was like one bit of burrata that was like, I don't even, and no, there's that weird tomato jelly.
Yeah.
That really messed me up.
It was very interesting.
I was just like, you know what, I appreciate this for what it's doing, but you know,
beautiful them.
Happy meals, guys, just bring them in.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Happy meal. You know, let's just make the toy.
Why is it promoting? They need to.
This season of the Silly Little Girls Club is proudly sponsored by Sephora, the beauty destination where everybody belongs. Whether you're a beauty beginner or a full-blown beauty obsessive, Sephora has something for you. From trans-led makeup masterclasses and appearance-inclusive tutorials to expert services and founder talks in store, the events are next level. Add in prestige products, inclusive vibes, and that dreamy Sephora collection. It's a big yes from me.
I don't think, because I was thinking maybe it's because like generationally, like, or people see beauty as like, oh, we don't want to eat badly. But I'm like, I think this generation of people that are in charge of beauty teams will eat anything.
Oh my God. Also, it's about balance.
Yeah, but I just don't know anyone that's on a diet.
No. Because, you know, we're being ourselves now.
Yeah.
And like, you know, that's...
And like you said, balance. Like, I'm well other ways. Like, I do go to the gym and to look after myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
And not drink Monday to Friday. That's no, I mean, that's what I'm still striving for. So that's what we're doing now. But yeah, sorry, we've really digressed.
I know. Sorry. That's what happens when you chat with me.
Oh my God, same. And I can be led down paths. Like, I'm just like, I'll go off tangent. This is why I have my little thing here. Because I'm like, right, where are we?
Alison does that on This Morning.
Does she?
As in, like, we could chat, and then in my ear, they're like, 1 minute left. I'm like, okay, let's do number 5.
Oh my god, so it was like, yeah, back to task.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to keep things on calls.
oh my god, really off tangent, but I know what you mean about the ear thing, because I really randomly ended up on QVC in lockdown.
Oh my.
It was so weird, and they have a thing in your ear that's like telling you how to do your hand, and then show it to camera and blah blah.
The in-ear,
So
I
messed
thought
up.
very neurodivergent,
Yeah.
genuinely. And so what they do is they put me on switch.
Yeah.
So I only have my own cues.
Oh, fair.
But I have had it where I've had everyone's cues, and I'm like, so much props to everyone.
How can they
present it.
talk? Like,
I honestly think I've got such a listening face as well, that if I'm on switch, I'm not on switch, I'm like this.
same. I can smell something really bad when I'm like, when Jerry catch me off, like, God, I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's like, who's that miserable one? That's just me, just like,
And I'm
like,
really friendly normally.
yeah, literally, I just got this awful, like, miserable bitch face.
Yeah. No, you don't. So that, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Essence, yeah, I know what you mean.
So, skipping back onto our little topic. So, because obviously we did talk a bit about, like, the representation work and like the advice that you give to, like, essentially what I'm trying to say is, what does having like more Black women in leadership mean for beauty? Because I think that's something that
To represent.
yeah,
That's all I can say. Like, it, especially at the very top, is so important.
yeah,
It's having Black founders. It's having Black, like, C-suite. It gives a better, broader version of diversity than you'll ever have if it's only people scattered among the company.
yeah.
I think it has to be
In leadership.
too.
Yeah.
There's in the skincare industry, there's like, this is something that we're trying to work on as well. There's like a real gap when it comes to testing,
Right. Okay.
and there's just basically it's like a minefield when it comes to like product testing. Who is it tested on, and what
Right.
claims can you make?
Yeah.
And when it comes to Black founded companies, there's not that gap, because they know who they want to be testing. They know that they want to test on Fitzpatrick scale 1 to 6. So like, there's not this like, oh, well, this works to exfoliate all skin types, and actually those all skin types were only tested on type Fitzpatrick type 1 and 2.
Right.
And so that's something that is just, and it just happens.
Yeah.
Like, there's could be things that I'm using on my face that have never been tested on a Black person before it reached the shelves in a retailer.
Wild.
And that's just fine.
It's so funny. I was actually having a conversation about testing this morning with another podcast guest I didn't understand the difference in clinical testing versus perception testing. And like how, like, some brands will do these, like 98% people said they thought it was like firmer or like
Glowy
or
or
glowier. But then there's actually the brands that clinically test and they measure that. And it's
Clinicals are so expensive.
yeah, that's what she said. They're so expensive.
Yeah, that's why like people don't always have to do them.
I'm also like, you don't have to do them, but like, if you want to do this and be inclusive and like test it and like really be able to test it on everybody, like surely that should.
And it's like,
ended.
so say there's this product, there's a hyaluronic acid, and 97% of people, okay, of what people?
Exactly.
Those people, it could literally not include anyone other than white people.
Yeah. Like,
And that's just fine.
isn't that?
And it's down to the consumer to raise an issue with that. But then the thing is, if one consumer is raising an issue with that, could it just be their skin?
Yeah.
Or is it all
Exactly.
Black people or all Asian skin types?
Yeah.
But actually, we would never
Would
know,
never
because
know.
they'd have to collate all the people that say it's just a mind, and it shouldn't be, the onus shouldn't be on the consumer.
No, it should be on
Beauty is so expensive. Like, we're constant, and that's something that we try to do as well with beauty. Like, we'll write about things that we really do love and recommend, and whether it's £5 or £55.
Yeah, yeah.
But most things are £55 now. Like, there's not a lot of, there's great skincare that is cheaper, and that's why the ones that are great and that cheap do stand out and get written about so much, because I'm testing something at the moment, and I was just given it in a bag, as you do, and you have a PR meeting, and I looked at it, there's £221 for a serum. I was like, oh my gosh.
Is it good though?
No, it's so good. But that's the problem. But if I'm going to write about it, I will say there are limits, because it's something like that. It's just like, well, people don't need it. But
No.
if there is something that's £200, and I really think is good,
Yeah.
we always caveat, you don't need this, or there is an alternative.
Yeah.
And I think brands respect us for that. And I don't mind, like, we do things about dupes as well.
Yeah.
I don't believe in dupes just being like a marketing thing. Like, if something is genuinely works as good, something like a hyaluronic acid, in my opinion, shouldn't cost more than like 20 quid.
Yeah.
So if it does, there is an alternative.
Yeah, there is. I think also there are people that do want to spend that much money on something, and they can.
And it's a status thing.
Yeah, I love that for them.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
But if I maybe aspire to be one day, but it's nice having, like you say, that end and then this end, and it's like.
And it's nice in our team as well with Leah, where, because I really don't care as much about skincare, if I'm being honest.
Love it.
But skin and makeup are really important to her, and I'm sure she'd spend like so much money if she didn't work in this industry on skincare and makeup. She'd use, I was gonna say a brand, but she'd use like a £5 shampoo or a 3-in-1 shampoo on her hair. She doesn't care. She doesn't, in that sort of
value the opposite.
And I'm the complete. I could probably get my hair done anywhere for free if I wanted to. If I did right about Cosmo, but I spend hundreds of pounds on my hair every month or so.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because I trust my hairdresser, and it's the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
And while I do go to other salons and I do write about it for work, if I'm gonna go for myself, I'm going to Lorraine and paying her. Like, and then that's just that. Whereas Leah is just like, no, I'll get you. Anyone can do my hair.
God, maybe we need to get Leah in here and show her the way and be like, Leah, no. I mean, like, and it's like, if you ever just slap any one out of her hand.
I know, honestly, I have to. And she'll be like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's a professional shampoo and conditioner.
And I'm
really
the
ratting her out,
ingredients and like, I know, bless her. I'm coming for you, it's fine. Because she's on the glowy, perfect skin.
Yeah, like,
and then like, we just got the shiny hair, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I was about to teach her that out.
So I've got some quick fire questions.
Ooh, okay.
Just because I do love them.
Okay.
And I'm just like, it's just a really nice little way to
to
end things and see what we've like. It helps highlight things that I missed to do as well, to be able to.
There's an ulterior motive.
Right.
Okay.
Are you ready? One beauty product you can't leave home without.
Leave home without lip liner.
Lip liner?
Yeah.
Oh.
I always have lip liner in my bag.
Oh my God, amazing. I get liner and then gloss, or you just like lip? Yeah.
I'm just like classic noughties baby.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like my lips they just blend into my face if I don't have lip liner on.
Fine. So we just stand the
definition.
Definition. Perfect. Okay. Hair trend you're secretly low-key loving for 2025.
Ooh, hair trend.
There's several.
Something that I don't know. It's not. I hate micro trends.
Oh yeah.
So it won't be one of those. But like, I love how much people love bobs at the moment.
Yes. And every kind of bob.
Every
like
bob under the sun.
Oh my God. Me too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Say a bob. Yeah. I just bob in it.
Yeah. And the same with Leah. Leah's got a bob. Like, I love that. It's like bob supremacy for us. Yeah.
I'm so with you. And I just love how, having a bob just makes you feel powerful.
And it's so easy. Like, the easiest style to start, in my opinion.
Yeah. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. I love that one. So what's on your Spotify when you need to get ready for the day?
Ooh, do you know what I've been playing since last week? Is Swag by Justin Bieber.
I haven't delved in.
But literally just the first song.
No.
All I can take is it's gonna be on my Spotify Wrapped. I know it.
I literally need to listen to it. Like, so just obviously on social, I keep seeing it again and again and again.
I'd say that, and then probably still Brat. I like Brat as well. Yeah. Or I created a playlist for my auntie's party that we had for her on a yacht in Dubai. She's 60.
I actually saw this on your social media. She was like, I'm on a bot. I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
But my 70-year-old mum and my 60-year-old aunties. But still, that playlist was sick. And that was just like pure like lovers rock, Bashman, like bits of like 90s hip hop from like my sisters and stuff. So I put that on sometimes when I'm like just getting ready in the
share the link to that list.
Dude,
yeah,
I think I've got a really good diverse Spotify.
Yeah. So mine's terrible. Like mine does the country music through and through. Like,
I do love a bit of country. I love a bit of Orville Peck.
Oh my God, there's just so many good country artists. Greg hates it. He's into like everything. So I'm just like whatever. What is next on your watch list on Netflix?
Ooh. What is next? I actually don't know. What is coming up?
What have you? Well, yeah,
I
what
just
have you
finished
watched?
Squid Game.
Oh yeah,
Um,
romantic.
yeah, I love Squid Game.
Same.
I finished Sirens,
Loved
which is
that.
good. My comfort watch on Netflix. So this literally the thing that it's like continue watch
Yeah.
is Downton Abbey.
Oh.
Real gear shift.
That's I'm sorry, what?
I've kind of prepped myself because the new movie's coming out.
Oh,
So I was like, I'll
really?
start from the beginning.
Oh wow,
and watch
okay.
them.
I've never done it. I know.
Sam,
I know.
it's the most like I'd say start it around like November for Christmas. It's just
Okay,
so
fine.
comforting and lovely and cozy. Oh, I just love it.
Fine,
honestly.
I will give it a go. One beauty trend you'll never revisit.
Probably it sounds like it seems I don't know cap as the young people would say because I've literally got straight hair, but I'd never relax my hair again.
No.
But I texturally sit and then straighten it. That's
Yeah.
what works for me. But I'd never permanently straighten it again.
Fair. Yeah, because I mean, just the regrowth and all of that as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god, the regrowth. For the majority of my life, I didn't ever just see my like texture as my texture. It was just regrowth.
Oh gosh. And then straight ends.
Yeah, literally, it was like a microphone and just like that, like Hey Arnold or something. It's terrible. Whereas now, like my hair has got these gorgeous oils that are very like soft and like I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you've got like that like perfect hair that you can literally wear and style however you want, haven't you?
Yeah, I love it.
For years,
I probably wouldn't colour it again.
No.
I say that, but yeah, it would take a lot for me to colour it again because it was so healthy considering how many levels. It was basically like stripped all the way back.
Right.
But it still was stripped all the way back and therefore had a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It was prevented as much as possible, but it was still there. And because I straightened my hair on top of that, it was just like
it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
So now is this a lot to be said for a natural like hair, like natural color, natural texture.
Yeah.
Lizzie, and that leads you into my last question.
Okay.
Go to your product for a bad hair day.
Probably. Ooh. To prevent a bad hair day, probably K18.
Yeah.
The Lehman mask.
What to do if you're having a bad hair day?
If I'm having a bad hair day, I do this, what I've done today.
Yeah.
Which is because it was just like, thank you very much. I always have massive scrunchie as well. But then I put Charlotte Mensa Manchetti oil along the lens. Oh my gosh, she's such a babe. And that hair oil is my biggest ride or die product for hair. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. I'm constantly worried that she's going to discontinue or be like, I can't be bothered. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, her PR team hate to see me come in, obviously.
It's like a bit of spot.
Yeah.
Fill it.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So then I guess what is next? What is next for you? What is next?
What is next for me? I just continue to make Cosmo Beauty great if we can and to build on the community that we are creating at the moment. For me personally is to continue to just have fun and enjoy life and just continue to have a positive outlook on when it's quite a hard like world that we live in. Yeah, and hopefully Arsenal will win the league.
There you go. You're a big footy fan.
I'm a massive football fan.
I did not know that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I used to work at the Emirates Stadium.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there we go.
How did you do that?
I was behind the bar, and actually this is quite a funny story. I worked behind the bar on the club level, and Dermot O'Leary would come to our corner bar. So the first time I did a segment with him on This Morning, I was like, I used to serve you. I was like, how full circle and amazing.
That's mad, isn't it? Like you're obviously meant and fated. Like feel like you were to try to take people in certain parts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks so much.
While I have you, it would really help me out if you could just hit follow or subscribe, depending on which platform you're getting your podcast from, and I can keep bringing you these amazing conversations with these incredible guests. And yeah, I will see you next week on the Silly Little Girls Club.